Okay, so I got all the bolts out. There's plenty of very large bolts like that right there. They're all 19 millimeter, and you'll see that there's two here, one there. Same thing on the other side. There's one up there. So just as you get all these bolts loose, it'll start coming down, and you'll see that there's a little slack in it, and it's going to try to twist a little bit, I think, from the weight of those control arms. So you just have to bring it down slowly. I've got it supported by a jack right now. And I think about the only thing that's going to be causing a problem probably is going to be one of those lines up there. The high pressure line is probably going to drag a little bit. Let's see if we can start coming down a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, it's the two-handed job. Yeah, it immediately tries to twist, and then it sets down on the front of this transmission right here. So I'm gonna have to get up under there and kind of manipulate this whole thing back a little bit while it's raised, and then slowly drop it down as I clear that transmission housing. All right, so I finally got that thing out. I'm telling you, man, they did not design this to come out easily. That line was hanging up. This line was hanging up on it the whole time. And I just kind of had to do a controlled drop on there and just let the jack slowly go down. And I grabbed that sway bar by the horns and just kind of guided it back because it wants to hang up. If I can get a look at it, it wants to hang up right here. And so as it comes down, you have to pull it back to clear this rear drive shaft housing. If yours is just front wheel drive only, well, then that's not an issue. So I guess if it doesn't have that, it's much easier. So yeah, not that big of a deal. Just make sure you have the vehicle jacked up enough to clear it, because it's sitting on the jack now, and it cleared the bottom of this by maybe 2.5 inches or so, maybe more. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, for a comfortable exit. I mean, you can just put it on the ground and drag it out if you want. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to leave those brake rotors and all that junk just not on there, because I didn't want to drag all that stuff on the ground. So, all right, well, that's going to be it for this. I'm going to swap out that rack on there. There's not much to it, and put all this back together. One of the things that I plan to do, so I don't have to deal with this this hard line again, is I'm going to remove this hose completely, and I'll probably put a fitting on here or something. Probably put a fitting like right here, just a JIC double swivel fitting. I'll sweat it on there so that if I ever need to take this hose off, I don't have to deal with this again, because this thing right here was just about the single most biggest pain in the butt in the whole deal. Just to get this loose, it was very tight. And when you turn it to loosen it up, take everything off the car and you turn it to loosen up, and you just turn it just a little bit. There might even be a value in not taking this off at all and remove it from the power steering pump and just let that whole hose come down with it. If you can't get it off, just leave it on there and take it off when you get it out on the ground, because it's really a pain in the butt. So I hope this helps someone. Y'all have a good day.